30% of the nation lives in the Northeast, and it's the poorest part of Brazil. Part of it is semi-arid. And it hasn't had, in the recent past, a coherent and inclusive development strategy. And there have been all these bad ideas. So one idea is we should make it like São Paulo, our industrial heartland. And the other idea is we should have a series of almost charitable initiatives to promote craft labor or small cooperatives among poor people. So it was poorism, so to speak, and São Paulism. Those were the ideas. And in fact, what is the Northeast? The Northeast is a vast bubbling of entrepreneurial and cultural energy, which would have to be equipped. And you would begin to equip it by providing economic and educational instruments to these small and medium-sized firms that are arising all over. And then you would have to create an educational system that would provide not just general education, but also technical education. And not technical education as an alternative to general education, but as a continuum with it. All over the Northeast, I discovered thousands of Benjamin Franklins, people with almost no formal education who were inventing things in the absence of any formal training. So I then began to establish in the unformed, uncrystallized part of Brazil, the Amazon, the Northeast, and our center west, these images of the future of our country. And I want to believe that these ideas, which are at a very early point in their implementation, represent, in our national setting, an example of the very general transformation that I was discussing with you. And obviously, such a project would have to take very different forms in any part of the world, and yet the direction is recognizably similar. The direction is not simply to provide sops and compensations. The direction is to give everyone a chance of being big, so that later on we can also hope to be both big and sweet. And in our tradition, reconcile the Christian idea of love with the pagan idea of greatness. These were the regional projects to which I devoted myself in the government. And on the whole, they were the most successful. They were the most successful because for them, there was a real base down there in society. They didn't deal just with a slice of life. Each of them dealt with a whole world. And in this whole world, there were real governments, real social forces who could respond to these ideas and take them over and change them.